Hi, my name's Marnie Dunning and I work in GTS here at Gustavus. In this video tutorial, I want to walk you through the Moodle 4.0 updates. So first of all, when you navigate to moodle.gustavus.edu, you will land on the dashboard. Now we had the dashboard in different versions of Moodle, but this dashboard looks a little bit different. First of all, the courses that you are enrolled in will be on top. So you are a professor or a student in any of these courses. On top here is different courses, whether you want to see them all, the ones that are in progress, future, past, starred, or archive. If you have a lot of courses, you can search for them here. You can sort by course name or last access date, and then you can decide how they're going to be displayed by card, list, or by summary. If you would like to star any of your courses, as you hover over your courses, you will see the 3 vertical dots. You can click on it and you can choose to star this course. Then you can choose to look at starred courses if you want to. Down below the different courses, you will have a timeline. Now the timeline is new. This is especially helpful for students that have any deadlines in any of their Moodle courses. So you can look here by overdue, all, 7 days, 30 days, 3 months, or 6 months. And it will list all the different activities that require action within all of your Moodle courses that you are enrolled in. You can sort by dates, or you can search for certain activities. Down below, you will have helpful information about what's new, how to create a meta course, where your fall 2020 through spring 22 courses are, and etc. Over on the right, you will have a lot of different helpful links for different resources here at Gustavus. So going to the top banner, at the very top, you will notice the navigation here in Moodle 4.0 is easier to navigate. So the home page is much like your dashboard, just has different information out here. Your dashboard, which we just discussed. My courses, which will just feature all of the courses, and again, you can search much like you can on your dashboard. But if you want to open up one of your courses, you will also notice that the navigation is a lot friendlier. Within here, the course option here will list all of the contents of your course. The settings, if you are a professor, this is where you can go in and change your settings. Do not change any of the information above, but if you want to change the course start date, you definitely can. You can add a description. You can even add in a course image. Other things that you can change, under your course format, the default is weekly, but you can change that to topics if you wanted to. Other things you can do is to enable completion tracking. That's that little done button by every individual activity within your Moodle course. You can turn that off. And one other thing is if you do use groups, you can change this to visible groups. So when you are grading, you would be able to see the visible groups within the Moodle course itself. Once you're done, you just save and display. Other things within here is you can see participants on the top. So up here, this is where you're going to get into your different groups if you create groups, and also how you can enroll users. You'll notice the different enrolled users down here, either by their professor role or their student role. If you want to do any searching, you can do it here, and if you need to enroll anybody into your course, and this is specifically for non-academic courses, you can go ahead and enroll and bring in students into your non-academic courses. Up on top, you also have a grades option. Now, grades hasn't changed much at all, but how you get to grades has changed. So from the top banner, and then over on the left, you have a different drop-down menu, and this is where you can see the grader report, which is all of your students and all of their assignments or all their gradable items listed in a spreadsheet. You can also see the single view, which would just pull up one student or one particular grade item. And my personal favorite, the user report. This mimics exactly what the user sees. So if you come in here, you can choose your student, and this shows you exactly what the gradebook looks like for the student. When you want to set up your grades, you just simply go to your gradebook setup, and you can add in different categories, which are just different folders, and then gradable items within here. Reports. This is where you can look at logs or live logs, activity report, and course participation. So just summary of different completions of different activities in there, logs when students are in there, that kind of thing. And the more option, this is where you're going to get to your question bank that you might use within your quizzes, course completion, badges, competencies, and one of the ones that is new in the last couple years is Akindi, which is our new version of Scantron on our campus. If you do have any questions about Akindi, let me know. I am happy to send you some video tutorials. So this is within your course, but within your course, there are a couple major changes as well. On the left, you have something called your course index. So if you click on your course index, it will show you all of the weeks in your course as well. The one thing that was really difficult in the past was moving content around in your course. So one thing, if you want to go ahead and move some of your content, the first thing you need to do is in the upper right hand corner, you notice to edit your course, it's just a toggle switch. If you want to edit your course, you just click on edit mode, turn it on, and now you can edit anything within your course. When you're done, you just simply toggle that off, and now you're viewing it as a student would. So if I want to move some content around, I just simply move the edit mode, and I can go ahead and take one item. So announcements are within my August 17th. Instead of grabbing them here and dragging them up, I can grab them on the left and move them to the top week just by dragging and dropping, and then those announcements are moved. I can also take an entire week and move it up, and what it will do is not only move it up, but then in the week format, it'll automatically adjust the dates. If these were topics, like this was elephants, this was giraffes, and this was bears, and I moved it up, it would actually keep the topic name instead of rearranging and re-editing the week name. So this is the course index, which is very powerful for moving information. This is a nice little toggle. You click on the hamburger to open it, click on the X to close it. Over on the right, you also have what's called your block drawer. So as you hover over this arrow, you can open up your block drawer. And this is where professors can add different blocks to their courses. And there's all sorts of different blocks to add. So you can do in some activities, some blogs, comments. If you just want to have a text one, maybe bring in your office hours, maybe a link to your Google Meets, maybe a link to your Google Drive, that kind of thing. You can add in a text block. What it will do is it'll add the block over here, and then you can click on the gear here and you can configure this and add in any type of content you want. So you can see here I added in some instructor info. So photos, links, bulleted items, bold, all sorts of different editing, much like an HTML editor. If you want to edit it, again, you can click on the gear and configure it. Otherwise, if you want to delete it, you can go ahead and delete it. It'll ask you to confirm. You can do that, and then it will delete that for you. Anytime you have these blocks in here, you can shift them around by grabbing the four-sided arrow and changing the look and the feel of them. Again, you can click off the edit mode and see what it looks like for the students. Turn it back on to make any changes. Again, this is just a toggle, which is really nice because it gives you more real estate within your Moodle course, but you can easily access the course index or the block drawer. One other major change when you come in here and you add an activity or a resource is the look of all of the activity or resource buttons. So you'll see that the look has changed a little bit. Same thing here, you can definitely star anything that are your favorites, and then they will show up under starred. So this is a good option to use if you use the same 5 things all the time rather than having to search through them. Once you add an item in here, so I'm going to say an assignment, it'll have at the very bottom of anything that you add into your Moodle course an option to send content change notification to all of your students. So this might be not helpful in the very beginning of the semester, but while your course is active, any assignments, quizzes, content items that you add into your Moodle course, you can check this and your students would be then notified that there has been an activity added to their Moodle course, which is super helpful to kind of help them manage their time. One other new thing, the last thing within assignments, is something new called a time limit. So if you want students to only have a half an hour to complete an assignment, maybe you open it up during class, they submit their assignment, you can set a time limit here. You just enable it, put in as many minutes, hours, days, weeks, or seconds. This is a little bit different than the due date. It starts when they open it and they have to submit it, but they have until the due date to then take this time limit to complete it. So those are the major updates to this version of Moodle 4.0. It does have a different look and feel. I think it's very clean. I hope that you enjoy it. Please definitely reach out if you have any questions to the GTS helpline at 507-933-6111. Have a great semester, everyone. Bye-bye.